Josip Erak writes, "Hey guys, greetings and salutations from Croatia. I was always wondering which iconic movies/roles would be easier to replace Harrison Ford in his roles and why. Star Wars or Indiana Jones? Thanks and congrats on the new studio."
This is one of those questions where there is, there's some questions where there's no wrong answer. This is one of those ones where there's no right answer. There's no right answer. I'm going to say, and it's really weird logic, and I may think it's a stupid answer tomorrow, but I'm going to say it would be easier to replace him as Indiana Jones. The reason I think it would be a little bit easier to replace him as, not that it would be easy to replace him as Indiana, but easier to replace him as Indiana Jones, is that because he is the character, he's the title character, it's him, right? Whereas in Star Wars, not only are we used to seeing Harrison Ford as the character, we are used to seeing him with Mark Hamill. When Carrie Fisher's on screen, we're used to seeing her with Harrison Ford. So there are multiple levels of this shot doesn't feel right. Not just because it's a different guy playing Ford, but now it's a different guy standing with Mark Hamill. It's a different guy standing with Chewbacca. It's a different guy standing with Carrie Fisher. And because of that, and because it's an ensemble piece, I'm hesitantly going to say Indy would be a little bit, because with Indiana Jones too, there's a little bit of the James Bondish, because it's now an iconic standalone character. I think that opens the door to have rotating actors come in and play him. So it'll be hard either way, but I'm going to say Indiana Jones would be the easier. Mark?
Yeah, it's not a fun thing to have to think about not having Harrison Ford in either one of these characters,
especially just coming off a potential plane tragedy.
Right. Yeah, I know. I mean,
that guy likes to break his pelvis. He's like got something going on. He's like, now that I'm old, I'm just going to keep breaking my pelvis.
But he keeps coming back from stuff. I'm willing to bet he wasn't even wearing a helmet. He wore a fedora when he was flying the plane.
He's unbreakable. He's like the real Bruce Willis. Like, yeah, I'm just, I'm going to stick around for a while.
I'm going to say Han Solo is the easier one to replace. And I'm going to take a different tangent on John's point, is that because it is an ensemble piece, and so you're not solely relying on Han Solo in the Star Wars universe. There's other people like, we can go see what Luke's up to. We can go see what Leia's up to. It's not just the story of Han. Now, if you have a standalone film starring Han Solo, that's going to be really tough to pull off too. I think that Indiana Jones, it will eventually become a James Bond situation where there's multiple people that play this role, but we're not there yet. You still got to get over the hurdle of replacing Harrison Ford. So I think that the one guy on the movie poster is harder to replace than a guy on a movie poster with lots of characters.
Right on. I will go with replacing Indiana Jones is easier because they've already had multiple Indiana Joneses. They've had like, here's a version of him when he was a kid. And then they actually had a TV series of him as a young man.
Great point.
So there's a lot of different versions of Indiana Jones that are at least in my mind. So when they said Chris Pratt, I was like, cool. Wasn't in the top of my head, but that makes perfect sense. He's a good leading man. He's funny. He can play an action hero. So it was a lot easier to swap out. Whereas in something like Star Wars, it's iconic to me having not only just grown up with those characters played by Hamill and Fisher and Ford, but now we get the chance to see them as old people. Like, that's incredible. That's part of this movie. Star Wars 7 could suck and it would still be the most magical thing ever, and I'd walk away glowing because I just saw my heroes from when I was a little kid like do what George Lucas promised like 30 years ago. Like, I'm gonna make 12 of them, and then he's like, no, I'm not. And now it's really gonna happen. So it's fantastic and magical that they're still alive and they can be in this film.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.